Hey y'all, how y'all doing? How you feeling? Are you guys still high off the win? It's only Tuesday, so you're allowed to still be high off the win against Baltimore. Okay, it was so dramatic. Dramatic AFC North rivals. Our only true rival, I feel, in the AFC North is Baltimore. So that game was crazy, crazy as usual. So close as usual, but tons and tons of fun. I'm still on voice recovery mode. A lot of you know I lost my phone. A lot of you, I got to meet a lot of you, and I missed out on a lot of you in Pittsburgh, but we got the win. And let's talk about how I feel about the play calling at the end of that game. Let's just get right into it, okay? Because I got a lot to say. Things first, let's get into the end of the game that a lot of the news stations, I'll say this first because I had this discussion with a friend of mine, and I was like, when you watch ESPN or Fox or whatever news sports station you like to watch, they're not going to talk about how the Steelers won. They're going to talk about how Baltimore lost and what this means for Baltimore, the play call, and how Lamar's been playing. And that's pretty much what they covered. That's all they talked about. It has nothing to do with the Steelers at all. So anyway, but I want to say I loved going for two. I love that play call. Gutsy. Love it. Love it when a coach has confidence in his team enough to go for it. I love the actual play itself. Love that. Great play. I think it was perfect. Loved, loved the execution of it by, Baltimore, and our stud, TJ Watt. Love the execution, and I love the result. So everything about the last few seconds of that game, I loved. There was, it went well. The touchdown, I wasn't a big fan of, but going for it on two, I was like, okay, this is good. This is for a coach to have be that sold on his team, confident. And I know afterwards it came out. He said that Marlon Humphrey was out. That was the only one. I guess that's the only corner they have. And quite frankly, we know that's not true because you can't just start a game with one corner. So I don't know who else he was referring to or referring that he didn't have confidence in, but he has a lot of confidence. We know in Lamar Jackson. And I love that. I love that play call forward offense. That lets you know your coach believes in you. But enough about them. Enough about them. I have to give credit to and a round of applause to, and I know what you guys are thinking. I know you're thinking it's not Minka Fitzpatrick, although, yes, but the offensive line, the offensive line, our offensive line, yes, our offensive line. Let me tell you, no sacks on Ben Roethlisberger, okay, and no false starts. It's a progression. It is progress. Proud of you guys. Congratulations. I want to see you again this week. Keep up the good work. If nobody's going to shout you out, I got y'all. Okay? Because everybody's, you're the common denominator in why the season isn't, isn't resembling last season. You're the common denominator in everything that's going wrong. So I'm going to give the offensive line credit when it's due. And it was. They played a good game, and I'm proud of them. And I hope they can keep it going. BJ Finney actually did get hurt in the game. He very, very early in the game and did not come back in. We saw Zach Banner for like what? A play or two? Like not much. He wasn't in there much. But we did see him, briefly. But that offensive line, shout out to Deontay. We all saw that touchdown in the end zone that was dropped. I hate saying that word now. That he missed. uh, but he couldn't reel that one in. But he made up for it, and that's what you cannot give up. You just have to keep going, keep fighting. And guess who? Ben didn't give up on him. Okay, Ben did not give up on him. One guy I want to bring a little bit of attention to, because he threw a whole temper tantrum. You probably didn't see that on TV. Is Claypool. Hmm. Yeah. I mean, he was upset. He wasn't getting the ball. Ball wasn't being thrown in his direction. We were hitting 3-and-outs left and right, and he was pretty frustrated. So right after that, I mean, he was visibly frustrated on the bench. Uh, you know, they had to pull him to the side, and word must have gotten back. Joshua, I saw you. I saw you, Joshua. Word probably got to bed. Next drive was that beautiful ball to Chase Claypool. Okay? So, hey, sometimes you gotta cry a little bit to get what you want. And that's what happened. But I have to give it to these guys defensively. I mean, I told you. I was not sold on TJ not playing. And I am so thankful that he played. But I wasn't sold. It was something in my spirit telling me TJ was gonna play. And he did. And he played phenomenal. And there wasn't a lot of emphasis before the game about Wormley and it being like a revenge game for him, but it was. And he played spectacular. I don't think we were expecting that. You didn't see a James Pierre. Those were some changes. You know what you saw a lot of? A lot of switching. I mean, guys were just in, left, right, switching in, out all the time. And I was like, okay, all right, I see. And there was a lot of communication from the sidelines. And that's what I appreciate with being at the game, because you appreciate what's happening that you don't see on camera. You can really only see the field. So when you see those guys working together, talking to each other, trying to figure out how to be better, it makes me as a fan appreciate all the work that goes in. I know a lot of fans at home just kind of just be like, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. Yeah, those guys are actually looking at the film and trying to figure out a way to be better. And I just want everyone to know that I appreciate those efforts that I see on the sideline. I'll be paying attention. I'll be watching. So, but it was defensively, I was still proud, even in those 99-yard drives where it was like, get them off the field. We made some good plays, but we just gave up. We gave up some yardages that I didn't like on the ground especially. So I hope to look for that change this week. I was waiting for the injury report to come out, and I saw that Dalvin Cook. That Dalvin Cook was limited in practice today. So I was hoping that Dalvin Cook would be out, and there's still a chance that he could be out. He could still be out. But the fact that he's limited, they're probably trying to work him up because they know our weakness is stopping the run right now. They know that. So they're going to try to get their best back on the field if he can go. So let's say that he can go. We got to be prepared. We got to be corner. Sorry, I'm reading this. Patrick Peterson back from the COVID list. And then Thielen should be out with an ankle injury. Jefferson is going to be the target with Thielen out. I mean, Jefferson's already doing his thing, having a great year. So it's going to be interesting how we cover him. We saw, what's our guy's name? Witherspoon out there making plays. We just had the switch outs to me were just amazing. I think Adams played well. Egler had some good plays. I think I'm saying his name. I'm bad with the names, but he played well. the switch outs were great. I know Spillane is off the COVID list, but he still has an injury, so I'm not sure if he will be ready to go. And we already are. I'm not expecting Joe Hayden to come on this trip. Um, I don't. I, I'm still up in the air about the return of Joe Hayden, but we'll see. Definitely, if he not this week, but possibly next week. If he does not come back next week, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Um, Devin Bush. Let's talk about him for 1 second. I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking about that last play. But that man played better. Might have been one of his best games of the season. Okay? Minus the last play of the game. Might have been his best game of the season. You can look at his numbers, but look at the tape. Played decent ball. Okay? Gotta give it to him. You can trash him, you can talk bad about him. You will be bashing him if Mark Andrews caught that ball, but you need to give him some praise for how he played during that game. Do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. But not least, the Minka Fitzpatrick had another interception. He did have a couple of that PI call. For me, I didn't see it. I'm sure you saw it better at home. I had a couple people say me like, "Yeah, you did grab him." I was like, "But his head was turned around." Sorry, my voice is still shot from the game. But so he did get the PI call, and he owned it. He literally came to the bench and was just like, "My bad. That's on me. You know, my bad. My bad." I saw all of that. So, but yeah, then at the end of the game, he had a whole missed tackle that I was just like, ooh, ooh. Yeah. So, but I think that Minka is got his confidence. I don't want to say back, but his confidence is hitting another peak. Okay. With those two interceptions, people were talking a lot of trash about he ain't got no interceptions. He fell off. Let him do what he do. He doing it. Winnable game as usual. What do we need to do? The same damn thing we do every week. The same thing. Okay? Take the word damn out. The same thing. Okay? You know how I feel about no huddle. You know how I feel. I hate that we wait till our backs are against the wall to use it. I love it. It's my favorite thing. No huddle on offense. So Ben, hey bro, let's think about that. Like I hate that we have to only do it when our backs are against the wall. We're in a 2 minute drill. Let's come out. Let's let's get them tight. Let's get these defenses tired quick, rather than much later on in the game. I get it, but come on. So Deontay is going to command the Peterson or whoever their best corner is going to be. He's going to command that type of protection and coverage, right? Chase, yeah. So I want to get Najee going, and I don't think we use the tight ends enough on Sunday's game. I did call our 2 point conversion going to Pat. I was like, it's going to Pat. It's going to Pat. And it's a very similar play to what they ran at the end of the game. Go back and look at it. Compare Pat's 2 point conversion to the 2 point conversion that Baltimore tried. Check it out. And let me know how much of a difference you see. Yeah. There is it. They should have been ready for it, especially because it's Mark Andrews. Like he is the top receiver on that team. I hate to go back to that game, but we gotta move on. I gotta. It's a winnable game, like I said. Executing with the tight ends is gonna be critical for offense. Okay, use those big guys. Najee, I want Najee to have a. I think Najee will have a pretty good game. I think he'll be able to run. He'll get some yards. You know, we even saw a nice little run from Benny. You know, okay, because the offensive line is stepping it up, and they continue to do that. Ben's gonna have some time, and Najee and whoever else is gonna back him up, whether it's Benny or Balaj, because you know I always say it wrong. Whoever's backing him up will be able to run through a hole as well. So shout out to the offensive line again. I'm giving y'all flowers today because you deserve them. But yeah, winnable game. Um, One thing, I know you guys know I lost my phone, so technology changes here. We had to downgrade a little bit. That's why I got the earpods in. My voice is still a little muffled, but I should be back in action with regular technology next week. If you have any questions for me, if I got a lot of compliments on my jacket. If you need to know who made my jacket, I will um, give you that information. Very easy, very simple. It is holiday season, so if you are looking for Steeler merchandise for your friends, families, niece, uncles, whatever, you can use my Fanatics link in the bottom. And yeah, anything you guys want to know, anything you want to talk about, if you have suggestions, just hit me up. I would love to hear them. I will see you in Minnesota. I will be there. I should have a phone. So I'll be able to connect with you all and bring you some footage. I hate that I missed that part of last week. I wasn't able to bring you guys with me in the stadium. I didn't even know how I was going to get in the stadium because I have a phone. Okay? Can you imagine losing your phone that has your tickets? Yeah. Man, it was a nightmare. But I'll tell that story at another time. Shout out to everybody that helped me. Everybody at the Renegade Tailgate. You guys were phenomenal. Thank you so much for helping me get whatever I needed so I could get into the stadium and try to locate, my phone, everything that you guys went through to help me. I appreciate it so much. Steeler Nation has the most amazing fans. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. I'll talk to you guys soon. Happy holidays, and I'll see you soon.